Everyone, and welcome to Gibaldi's Thought of the Day. I am Tony Gibaldi. Today will be my pilot, aka first episode. I don't know why they call it pilot. Maybe we'll talk about that later. But first, my thought of the day is going to be about what I'm thinking, what I've thought about in the past but haven't conveyed to people, but now I'm going to convey to you. The reason I'm doing this is I have what people would like to say maybe ADD or ADHD. Who knows? I don't know. I don't take meds for it. Don't really need to. Don't care. But regardless, people are like, hey man, you got some weird thoughts. You got some great thoughts. Thoughts that people want to hear about. So you might want to do something. I'm like, alright, let's do it. So this is what I'm doing right now. So, anywho, my first thought be about cigarettes. People are like, oh no, cigarettes? Does he smoke cigarettes? Well, I may or may not smoke cigarettes, and I may or may not care. And I actually do smoke cigarettes, and I don't care. I'll tell you why. See, cigarettes, I think, are pro-choice. I don't think it should really be based upon what other people think, more about what I think. I'm smoking. I know there's risks involved, whatnot. People be like, well, my brother, my mom, or whatever died from cancer. I'm like, well, that they died from cancer from smoking. That sucks, but you know, they knew what they got into, or if they didn't, it was a part of the time period, and they still did it. They had a choice. My choice is fuck it. I don't care. Um, you know, I hate seeing all these ads about how smoking kills and all that. It's so stupid. Anything can kill you. Get bitten by like a snake walking off of a bus. It could be poisonous. You could die the next day. You don't know. Anything could literally kill you. It's so stupid. I think, but like seeing some of these ads are so funny. Like, people are like, oh, yeah, they're funny now, but later down the road, they're like, well, I know what I made. I know my decision. I'm cool with it. It's gonna be what's gonna be, and they're gonna be like, oh, what about your kids and all that? I'll be like, well, my kids know that. Well, I made a choice, and that's what happens. But who's to really say what's going on? People say you lose a day smoking a cigarette. That's just based off a theory. There's no real facts or evidence behind it because some people have smoked cigarettes their entire life, lived up to be like 100 years old. That's a whole century. Anyhow, going back to these ads about smoking kills, I think they're freaking hilarious. And I'll give you an example of one. One was of some kid in his backyard and he was lighting up a cigarette, and all of a sudden you see this army of like, all these monsters and stuff, and they're just coming for him, and they're like, oh no, what's that? This is gonna be good. And then like you see it, and they just go into the smoke of the cigarette he's smoking, and he like coughs out or whatever, and they're like, smoking kills, 7,000 chemicals come and get you. And I'm just like, whoa, if 7,000 chemicals come and get me each time I smoke a cigarette, and I'm still alive, I just defeated an entire army, an entire legion of monsters on my own. And I do that every day, multiple times. So I'm just saying. And people could also say, you know what? Well, cigarettes, they're alright. I don't care, if you smoke or not, but it smells bad on you. I'm like, yeah, people smell bad. It happens. You know, put on some fucking cologne. Or you know what? You fucking smell bad. Big deal. Don't really care. Anywho, I'm just thinking, like, if they got anti-smoking ads, it's kind of fair that they should have smoking ads. Because, they have ads about all this stuff that can kill you. Why not be, a snake wrangler or a crocodile hunter? Look what happened there. I mean, yeah, it wasn't crocodiles. It was stupid the way Steve Irwin died. God bless. But I'm just saying, there's a lot more things people could argue about that are, less than, the risk of smoking and all that. I think it should just be another thing. Pro-choice is what is. Thanks everyone for watching Gibaldi's Thought of the Day. Have a good one. Peace.